on the when you first made Mind Blowin song from Nobody Can Do It Better.
What's one of my favorites?
Yes. Did you realize it was going to be such a big hit when you were making it?
No, but I knew people were going to freak out because I was good, but I didn't know that it was going to be a per se, like, you know, a 5 mic kind of record. But I knew people were going to freak out because they weren't doing what I was doing at that time.
Right. And it's crazy because of Mind Blowin, like just that the way it chopped. Did Dr. Dre or DJ Yellow was on the scratching?
It's all Dre. It's always
all Dre. Was all Dre on that whole album?
All Dre.
I figured, because it sound like him. So one of my favorites off that album too, off of No One Can Do It Better, is Beautiful But Deadly. I always listen to that song, man, because I love the beat, but also the way you rap on that motherfucker is like, it's just always mind blowing. Everything that you do is mind blowing. And the sample of that motherfucker is Cosmic Slot.
Yeah, bro.
Like, you know, it's hard. Not too many people sample Cosmic Slot, but your album actually did that off Cosmic Slot. Like, just a bit about that, like in there, like in the studio, you know what I'm saying, when you first heard that.
I mean, Drake created everything from scratch. He just built it, and you just wrote the rap to it. You know what I mean? And
right,
you just can't put anything past what he'll figure out how to use and make dope. You know what I'm saying? Dude is just for me, and I know I'm biased, but he's the best producer of hip hop music I've ever heard.
I got to agree with that one for sure.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, man. Speaking of Snoop and y'all's relationship, man, I done found this out too while I was looking. It's crazy how you look at stuff now. I didn't know. Did you co-wrote on That's That Shit off the Blue Card record? Yeah. Tell us a little bit about, you know what I'm saying, working on the Snoop track, which was worked with Not. How was it worked with Not?
Well, I just showed up at Dre's studio that day, and Not was in there playing and stuff. And I just wrote the song, bro. I mean, you know, that's how we do it. And it was a Snoop song, so I wrote a Snoop song. We thought the hook was the shit, and R. Kelly was dope on it, and we've all been fans of the Eddie Murphy movie that they got it from.
Coming to America, the world penis is clean. Yikes.
And so, and you know, I'm always a lot better on slow records. I had a real, you know, crazy kind of swing about my shit. And so slow records, I was always real good with. And so, and Snoop's cadence, you can really fuck up a slow record with Snoop because he drags when he rap any goddamn way. So it was a really cool session. We did Round Here that day too. Round Here and That's That Shit, both in that session.
Two classics too, and the Blue Carpet Treatment doesn't get enough credit for some of the tracks that came off of that one. Are we allowed to ask about the car crash before we talk about your movie?
Bro, you can ask whatever you want.
Okay. Can you tell us what happened that night? And because I read somewhere that it might have costed you your rap voice, but it also saved your life.
Yeah, just fucked up. You know, I was on all kinds of stuff and moving too fast. And, you know, the accident happened and it caused me to have to stop, you know. had that, had I still had my voice, I'd have probably surely drove off a cliff or something, you know, because I was going super speed at that time.
Okay. And so basically back then, when you had lost your voice, that's when you started writing a lot for other people, kind of thing?
No, I've always written for everybody.
Okay.
You know, I started, like I told you, these guys asked me to write something for them. That's how I started. And then Easy wanted me to help write for Dre. Dre wanted me to help write for Easy. And I started helping writing for NWA. And then I got a chance to do my own. And then when the accident happened, I just transitioned back into NWA and then Death Row and all of that. You know, MC Breed. I just wrote everywhere I could get a chance to write because that was my only opportunity to get, you know, to feel good about myself.
And I personally have studied everything from Death Row. Like it was such a great time, and I was so happy when Snoop finally went back and circled back and scooped it up the brand. And I was so happy and big smiles ever since then. And I've been following everything Death Row for years, and everybody that came off at Lady Rage, I loved her too. It was just her birthday the other day.
Right. And also Jewell too, RP Jewell, because like, can you tell us a little memory about Jewell? Because you know what I'm saying, or whenever the first time you met Jewell, RP to her.
Jewell was beautiful and sweet and kind, but she was a gangster. She was super aggressive, you know, and she was very loving. She started out trying to squeeze me into the bathroom, but ended up being my baby sister, you know, and we was all a real tight-knit family. We had a lot of love and respect for each other, and we partied and we smoked a lot of weed, but we loved the music and we loved working with each other. And she's in my film, and I was really glad that we had a chance to get her on film so that the folks could see how beautiful she was and is.
Right. She was such a beautiful and talented person. All those, you know, times, you know, she sung on those records, like, you know what I mean? Like, even the one with Bitches Ain't Shit, you know what I mean? Like, like you could hear the power of her voice. Like, she was truly, you know, iconic from that, you know what I mean? And a little bit of just nothing but the G thing too, which I just found this out too. So when you did nothing but a G thing, did you did nothing but Dr. Dre's stuff?
You mean on the song Nothing But a G Thing?
Yeah. Did you
No, that was all Snoop.
Oh, that was all Snoop. Okay.
Maybe a couple of lines here and there. But it was nobody. All I did was help him to figure out where some of the stuff should go and the hook, you know, and he did all that. Yeah.
Okay.
You basically taught, or I read another article that you basically were there when you taught him how to make 16s and hooks and shit, right?
Yeah, that's when he first came around. We were, you know, and it doesn't have to be 16. It just has to be a structured and something that you can make into a shape, you know, basically. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be 16. It could be all fours. I mean, I think Funky Enough was 4 verses, 12 bars. And so as long as it has, you know, as long as it's shaped in a way that you make it, put some geometry to it, then it's going to work out.
That's for sure. Do you have a favorite song you were ever a part of?
Working is kind of like acting on a set every day in a film that no one's ever going to see.
No, but I got a favorite album, and that was Chronic. The Chronic favorite album, even though those were some of, you know, and from a mental health perspective, that was some of the worst times in my life because of where I was and because of what those kids allowed me to express through them. It was probably the best time, you know what I mean? Because I wasn't from California. And so most of the time out there, I was nervous and mindful of the space I was in. But whenever we were together, shit was just fun. You know, I can remember when we all stayed at the dog pound, when the dog pound wasn't a group, it was an apartment in Hollywood. And we didn't have no money. And we would bum rush these little corner stores to steal food to eat, you know. And I'm not a thug or a gangster, but I guess I was a thief because we went in there and got that food.